everyone. A really warm welcome to you all and welcome to our Bitesize Live Q&A. Today we're going to be talking here about scholarships for future international students coming to the University of Glasgow. Firstly, just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Alice. I'm here from External Relations and I'm delighted to be joined here by Jen. And Jen, would you just like to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, I'm Jen and I work in the scholarships team within External Relations, and it's really great to be able to join you all today for this live session.
Perfect. Thank you, Jen. So I know we have people tuning in from all across the world today. So if you could just take a minute, it would be great if you could let us know just in the live chat section where you're tuning in from today. We'll be with you. Jen and I will be here for the next 15 minutes. And for those of you watching live, you can also submit questions through our live chat, which will remain open for the next 30 minutes. So just make sure you're popping any questions that you have in that live chat. So yeah, with that, let's get started. Jen, I'm just going to jump straight in with the first question. Okay. Firstly, we've had quite a few questions in asking, how do you search for a scholarship?
Okay, the best way to search for a university scholarship, which you might be eligible for, is by visiting the scholarship webpage, which is www.gla.ac.uk/scholarships, which you can just see on the screen there. And there you'll see this searchable database. If you just put in your details, so that'll include your level of study, whether you're wanting to study at undergraduate or postgraduate, the program that you're interested in, and where you're applying from. When you hit search there, it'll bring back results of all the scholarships that you could potentially be eligible for. If you click into each scholarship, then it'll give you more detailed information. Just make sure you read the eligibility criteria to check that you meet that. And you'll also get information on how to apply there. Another way for you to get that information on scholarships is via our program pages. So on each program page, there's a fees and funding section. If you scroll down to that, you can link through to the scholarship pages from there. But I would say the best way to get the most relevant information for you is via the scholarship search webpage.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you, Jen. It's nice having those images just so people know exactly where to go to on the webpage as well. I just wanted to quickly also mention that if you have already applied for a scholarship, please just make sure that you're checking the portal up until the end of January. This is just because some of our scholarships are still being loaded at this time as well. So just bear that in mind. So the second question that I have here is, how do you apply for a scholarship? Do you have to be an offer holder first? And what are the criteria for that, Jen?
So it depends on the scholarship. There will be different criteria for each of them. You can apply for most scholarships as long as you've made an application for an eligible programme. However, for your application for the scholarship to be considered, you would need to hold an offer, and that can be a conditional or unconditional offer. So you can make the application as long as you've made your application for a programme, but to be considered, you do need to hold an offer.
Great. That's perfect. And are there any particular scholarships that you would be recommending to our international students to apply for?
We have a whole range of scholarships that are specific to certain programs or countries. So as I mentioned before, the best thing to do is search for scholarships with your own personal information. However, for postgraduates, one of our key scholarships is the University of Glasgow International Leadership Scholarship, which is a £10,000 tuition fee discount. This one is open to a wide range of programs across the university, and one of the main criteria is to demonstrate academic excellence and achieve grades equivalent to a UK first class honours at undergraduate level. Applications are currently open for this, so do have a look for that one, the University of Glasgow International Leadership Scholarship. For undergraduates, similarly, have a look on the website. One of our main scholarships is the Undergraduate Excellence Scholarship, and that's a £7,000 tuition fee discount per year of study. The main criteria for this is also academic excellence. It's assessed on your grades, which can be already achieved, or your predicted grades. So there's no application required for this scholarship. If you're identified by our admissions team as academically excellent, you'll receive an offer from the scholarships team.
Great, that's perfect, Jen. And yeah, I think as you touched upon, using that kind of database, it just shows you the full range of scholarships for international students, just depending on each individual region that they're coming from. A couple that I just know off the top of my head as well is that we have some full fee waiver scholarships, for example, and these are for highly qualified postgraduate taught students. And these include the African and Caribbean Excellence Award and also the Emerging Asia Award as well. There's a wide range of kind of tuition fee discount scholarships as well, which includes the Southeast Asia Distinction Award, and that's a £10,000 fee discount, and the India Merit Award, which is a £5,000 tuition fee discount for PG students. Although most of our scholarships, you touched on this, obviously with the undergraduate one as well, Jen, most of them you do have to apply for. There are a couple of automatic scholarships. So for any kind of European, EU students that are thinking about applying, our EU Welcome Award is for undergraduate and postgraduate EU students, and this gives a £5,000 tuition fee discount for each year of study. But yeah, definitely the most important thing is to check your eligibility using that scholarship search page, just depending on which region you're coming from, and to see what's available. So once you've applied for these scholarships, Jen, how long does it take to find out if you've been successful?
Well, the deadlines and the timescales will be published on the scholarship page, so I'd recommend checking those for individual details. Some of our scholarships will have set closing dates to apply by, and others will be assessed more on a rolling basis. So if there's a closing date, it'll be published on the website, and you'll find out after that closing date if you've been successful or not. For the ones on a rolling basis, you should hear your outcome within around 7 to 8 weeks of receiving your programme offer. For the undergraduate excellence scholarship, which I mentioned earlier, if you've been selected for that, you should be advised within around 2 weeks of receiving your programme offer.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And obviously we've been chatting a lot about the university's website, the kind of scholarships page that we have on the University of Glasgow website. Are there any other places that students should be looking for a scholarship?
Well, for university scholarships, the main place is absolutely our website. We also on there have some details of external funding opportunities. So again, have a look on there, and there'll be details of who you can contact about those. There's sometimes funding available within your own country. So, for example, government sponsorship. So it's definitely worth looking into other options as well. Just to add on that, for PhDs, check out the relevant graduate school pages at the university. And for any Erasmus Mundus programmes, please check out the individual consortium pages, and you'll be able to link through to those details from the programme pages as well.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think the main thing is to kind of do some research to see what is out there. And definitely we try and make it as easy as possible for our students to be able to find those scholarships. So that's why having the kind of external scholarships as well as what we offer at the university itself is great to have everything kind of in one place for students to go to for that information for sure. So now some of you tuning in today will have received an offer from us. Yay. Very happy with that. So if that is the case, you may be wondering what kind of your next steps are. So we do actually have 2 offer holder hubs, both for undergraduate and postgraduate. And this is just a place that you can go dependent on what you are studying to find out what the next steps are if you are an offer holder with us. Once you have your offer, one of the main things that you should do would be to apply for your accommodation if you are considering staying at the University of Glasgow accommodation, for example. The deadline to apply for this accommodation is the 14th of July, but we do recommend that you apply as soon as you receive that offer, just as soon as you can, just get that kind of accommodation application in. Those applications should be open at the end of this month, so by the end of January, but please just keep an eye out just on our web pages to see when that application process is opening. But always just recommend try to do everything kind of as soon as you can. When you receive your offer from us, in that offer letter, there may be conditions to your offer. So just make sure that you're making sure that you're checking all of those conditions and you're uploading those to the applicant self-portal as well, just so that you're ticking off things as you go and making sure that you're meeting the deadlines that are included on that offer letter. One of the main things that I would also say is just check your emails. It's quite an easy thing, but it's an easy thing to forget as you're maybe getting busy if you're finishing an undergraduate degree and you're coming for a postgraduate, or you're finishing your school studies and looking for your undergraduate degree. Just keep an eye on those emails. Make sure that you're keeping in touch with us and that you're getting all of the emails through from the University of Glasgow. So yeah, with that, Jen, thank you very much. It's been brilliant chatting to you and learning more about scholarships, and hopefully this will be helpful for our students. Unfortunately, it's all that we have time for from me and Jen, but if you are joining us live and you have any further questions, we will continue to answer these just for the next kind of 15 to 20 minutes. So hopefully you found today useful, and we really hope that we will be welcoming you soon here at the University of Glasgow in the not too distant future. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.